Hi guys, and welcome to Red Devils United. Today is about the latest transfer news. The first one is about Semenyo. This week, Man United and Man City made contact with Bournemouth over the terms of Antoine Semenyo, 65 million release clause, active as of early January. United are interested, but financially, it remains to be seen if they can do a deal with said clause. With that, in my opinion, is I like the player, and I think he would be a good player for us, be another good attacking option. But do we really need Semenyo or another attacking player in that price range? Like, we do have the money for it, with like the 60 million, what we was going to spend on Baliba. But why don't we use that money and go out and buy a midfielder? We don't really need another attacking player. Like, with the system playing, this system, we've got enough number 10s. We're not playing it with wingers, so that's his favourable position kind of gone from him. So he will either be playing as another number 10, or he'll be playing either left wing back, or you push up Ahmad to the left wing back and put him as a right wing back. So either way, he ain't going to play in his natural position. In my opinion, that's what's happened with Mbeumo as well. He's not playing in his actual position. He's a ring in a way, but we're playing him as a cam, and he could do it, but you can see he's dipping in form because it's not really his natural position. So if we pay out 65 million for him and put him as left wing back, he might not be nowhere as a player as he is now. Or is the rumours true and we are going to do it and we are moving to a 4-3-3? If that's the case, yeah, we do need him because we don't have any wingers much. Not now, especially. We've obviously Mbeumo Ahmad gone to AFCON. We don't even have any wingers. So, and because we decided to get rid of all our wingers in like so Rashford, Sancho, Garnacho, Antony, like, so it's like, yeah, for me, I'm 50-50 on it. Yeah, I'd be like, excited if he does come and that we do sign him. But in my opinion, we don't. If he comes out and says he wants to stay till the summer at Bournemouth, and we do go out and buy a good midfielder in January and think that possibly maybe we could do it in the summer. But I think the deal will happen this month. Well, next month for him. I think in the January you will see him going somewhere. But that summer is, I don't know, because obviously there's quite a few teams after him, like the City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Spurs. Like, in my opinion, is between them clubs, they're like, I say between, I think Liverpool might need him more because we don't know what's going on with Salah. But yeah, like we approached Bournemouth in the last 48 hours to understand the terms of Semenyo's 65 million release clause. Spurs are also pushing for a move, but the final decision remains with Semenyo, which is, yeah, because he wants to obviously go to a club what be right for him. He doesn't want to, like, say, go to a club and then it tarnishes his thing. Like, at the moment, in my opinion, with the way that our club's being run and thing, yeah, I think he should avoid us, in my opinion. Like I said, I should, yeah, I think But we need a midfielder more than anything, because our midfield is getting turned over. Like, Casemiro's too slow, Bruno's not a midfielder, Manu's not getting played, Ugarte's not getting played, and even if they do get played, because they're not really played that much, their confidence is going to be low bottom, and they're going to do loads of mistakes and this, that, and other, because thing is, so yeah, Manchester United are actively interested, we know this, in Semenyo. There could be a domino effect, which were probably financially and fashionably Man United and Arsenal, by the way, might prefer in an ideal world to do that kind of deal in the summer. But if any other suitors come forward in January, you might not have a choice, which is true in it. Basically, if you really want him, but then you want to get him in the summer, but then so Arsenal puts in a 60 million bid, or put a bid in, and then Liverpool does, City does, then yeah, you will have to make a, if you really want him, thing, or you just walk away and find an alternate, what's the word, other option, like, but I think at the moment, as much as anything, like Dalot's been poor, their dog has been poor, the thing, we need a midfielder. We really do, because we're losing games, man. They're through the midfield. They're going through the midfield like no tomorrow. And then defence will have to thing, and then, yeah, I think we need to get that midfield sorted before anywhere else, in my opinion, but it is what it is. Ben Jacobs, whenever United, on whether United are front runners for Semenyo, probably not, but are the firmly in the race, absolutely. Man United hope, if they move on this, that Semenyo will pick a singular club, and that will make everything relatively smooth. Which is true, yeah. He's not really picked that one club yet, so he's not like, oh, I want to go to City, and then the rest of the other clubs that's after it, going after him, like thingy. He might want to stay at Bournemouth, but not coming out and saying it just yet. But if he comes out, he does need to come out and say, I want to go to such a place, like, and then it will calm everything down, and we all know what's going on for the, like with Kuna and Mbeumo, they've come out and said they just want us. So obviously the other club did want them, backed away, and we made our signings of them. And same with Seshko, when Newcastle Newcastle was after him, he picked us. Newcastle backed off and went and got Walter Maida. Yeah, no one else. Well, apart from Villa, but that was only if we signed Martinez, we're going after Lemens. But other than that, we was the only club after Lemens, really. And but it is what it is on that one. Another one about Semenyo. How many Semenyo stuff's going on? Man United will have earnings, but they got to be able to make it financially. Or the last thing Manchester United want to do is be overstocked in wide areas, even though Semenyo is versatile, and find their spending in that budget at the expense of a two mid. Oh, 1 minute. And find their two spending that budget at the expense of two elite midfielders, finding two midfields, I believe, is the absolute priority. It is a priority. Midfield is our priority. It should be our number one priority. Semenyo, as good of a player he is, and an exciting player he is, and his attacking threats really is good, and this, that, and other, and would be loved in United's team. He's not our priority. Our priority is a midfielder. We could get two midfielders in Jan. Like, we could get Belieber. We could try and get Belieber. Or the only way that could work is if we go out and buy him and, like, say we get Gallagher on a loan option to buy in the summer. That's the only way, in my opinion, that could also work. But will Gallagher be good enough in that midfield? Because you're still going to play Bruno in that midfield with him if you're going to drop Casemiro. Because in my eyes, Manu will go. At some point, Ugarte will go. I don't know if he will go next summer, in January, or if Ugarte will go in the summer. We just don't know on that. But I think Manu will end up going in the summer, loan or something. Manchester United will sign 2 experienced midfield either in January or in the summer, regardless if they get Semenyo or not. I get that point, and that's good. That's really good news that we are going to be signing two experienced midfielders either in Jan or in the summer, even if we sign Semenyo. But the thing is, like you said in the last point, do we have the money to do that? Do you have the money to go out and buy 2 experienced midfielders and a Semenyo? Like, if we sign Semenyo's release clause is 65 million, and I've seen something about that his release clause ends in 10th of Jan. So it's not a way out in Jan. Like, if we don't make a thing until 10th of Jan, and we want him in later in Jan, he could be way more. Because we missed out on his release clause, he could be 90 to 100 mil. You know what I mean? So we might not be able to afford him like that. But it's good to see that. And what 2 experienced midfielders are they talking about? Are they talking about Anderson, Walton, Stella? Is Gallagher the option of buying? You know what I mean? It's just Neves. I've seen something about Ruben Neves. Is he an option? Would he come? I don't know. On United side in midfielders, Ruben Amorim feels there's room for 2. One that's maybe more a define 6, and one with a bit more, one bit like Bruno Fernandes, that can be played deeper, but also can be tasked with getting box to box and having an attacking output while still winning the ball. But Bruno's a number 10. He's not really a midfielder. So if we go out and buy one like Bruno, that sounds like it's another number 10. In a way, to put in the midfield. Some cams number 10 probably can be inverted into centre mid, but not all of them. Like, players like Bruno needs to be in his main position, number 10. That's where you get the best out of him. Yeah, I just don't know. We need 2 midfielders what will stay in midfield and protect the defence as well. Because you see Bruno, he's playing it up the pitch more and leaving one side of the midfield wide open. And Casemiro can't do both things. He can't even do one himself. He's too slow. And then he's too slow to get from one side to another. Like, by the time Bruno, this is why with AFCON, I'll talk more about the team on Sunday in my pre-match. But this is why now Bruno needs to be number 10 while players have gone to AFCON. And we'll talk about that on Sunday about the team news and that. I think there's theory here that Kobbie Mainoo and Bruno could help find a midfielder revamp, but that doesn't mean that Bruno is not appreciated or valuable. Manchester United are not desperate to sell Bruno Fernandes, but for the right offer, which some at Manchester United think would be this clause. It might be worth having that conversation. So we can't discount a Bruno exit in the summer. Bruno should have gone in the summer for that 100 million. We could have revamped that midfield in the summer, and if we did, we would be in top 4 by now, in my opinion. We wouldn't have lost games that we should have won. We wouldn't have drew games that we should have won, in my opinion. I like Bruno. If Bruno stayed, but he was number 10, fine, keep him. That'd be really good. But he's not being played in his position. Add Bruno in midfield, go, sell. Bruno number 10, keep, and would be good, in my opinion. But then, that's another thing. What would you do with Mbeumo, Kuna, Mount? Like, you're playing Xerxes there sometimes. Like, Xerxes is not a striker, in my opinion. He'd be number 10. So, we've got a lot of number 10s. So, and I think at Bruno, I think he needs to go, in my opinion. Oh yeah, this is another one. On the Bruno interview, it conducts in previous interviews from Bruno Fernandes, in which he said that Amorim wanted him to stay at the old club. Were on the same page. Manchester United sources counter and say that Bruno remains part of the long-term planning. So I think there's a bit of posture or grandstanding from both sides here. But Bruno Fernandes could leave Manchester United in the summer. He's never been intent on going anywhere mid-season. It's a World Cup year. There's a 65 million clause, which Manchester United may see a good value if somebody triggers it. On that, I haven't really come out and said about my opinions about Bruno's interview. It has come out weirdly timing. Apparently, obviously, he's done it in his port when he was with Portugal. The timing's strange on it, like, basically, he's come out and said stuff about the club, this, that, and other, and that's a little bit like, I think it's a Palman version, like a Salah's kind of thing. But the thing is, the club will still play him. We still think like, we don't know where it's come from. We don't know what's made him to come out and say that now, kind of thing. It's kind of strange on that one. He shouldn't have done it in my eyes, because the club's done a lot for him, kind of thing. Yeah, he's done stuff for us, but like, 1 minute saying the club wanted him to go, and then Ruben like forced him to stay or convinced him to stay, but then next minute the club wanted him to, both Ruben and the club wanted him to stay. So it's like, which one were it, like, kind of thing. And I've not really spoke about this one either. My understood is Kobe Manu was speaking through his brother. He knew about the t-shirt and he endorsed the message. About this Free Manu's t-shirt, why has his brother done that? Like, the guy's not playing as it is, right? Yeah, I get you frustrated, your family, this, I know that your family member's not being played or thingy, but there's other good ways to go about it. This one isn't. Like, do you reckon you doing this will get him to play for us more? Like, no. This will get him to play less, and maybe, yeah, get forced out, and that we don't know what the context is of it. Like, is he doing that for him to play more games for United, or is it for him to go elsewhere, join another team, this, that, and other? But the thing is, does Manu actually, it's 50-50, like, does Manu know about this, and is he happy about this, about his brother doing this, or does he not know nothing about, well, he will know by now, because if he went on his socials, it would be there. But at the time, and the thing, did he know about it? And the scary thing is, he's not come out and publicly said he didn't or did know about it, and if he's happy and not with it about it. Like, he might have closed, as we know, behind obviously closed doors thing, he could have had a go at his brother and said, why did you do such a thing? Or he might, I'll give him a high five and say, thank you, bro, kind of thing. Like we don't know if he's happy or fuming about it. He's not really come out and mentioned if he is or not. There's a new player that we've been interested in, but I don't know how true it is. So I don't think I can pronounce his name right. He plays for Juventus. I think he's a number 10 for Juventus, but I think he can play out wide as well. Kenan Yildiz. I do have him on my thumbnails in the Juventus kit. I can't pronounce him. Has been named as a player Manchester United like. He would likely be around 90 million euros to 100 million signing. To be truthful, this is going to be short and sweet. I've not watched a lot of Juventus. I don't know much about him. I do side him on FIFA, but obviously FIFA in real life is totally different things. So I'm just going to say, like, I'll have to watch the highlights of him and then make my opinions after that. And see if we should go for him or not. And then in one of my other videos, I would talk about him more. Just, I don't know much about him to go, oh yeah, we should get him, or oh no, he thing is. So I watch some highlights of him and then I make a video about him. Or next time Juventus plays, watch a match of Juventus when he's playing and actually watch him and see what he's like then. Actually watch him play a full match, or how long he plays, because he might get substitute, but yeah. Oh, a player that's good thingy. Roma feels Joshua Zirkzee wants to leave Manchester United. They are actively and serious about loaning him in January. This is a little bit confusing because the other day he's come out and said he wants to stay and fight his position, but then next minute Roma feels like he wants to go. I'm 50-50 on it, because if he goes, then there's room for Semenyo to come in, because one attack out, one attack in. Like, would it benefit Joshua Zirkzee to go out on loan? He's not really... Now Sesko's back, I don't think he will get much game time, in my opinion. Maybe now with AFCON, maybe he would, but we don't know the definite on that one, because he got Kuna, what we normally like playing up low, and obviously Sesko's back, so I don't know. I don't think he will get much game time, so I think it's another Manu situation. But it's not, because obviously he started games, Manu's not really started. Hopefully Manu will start on Sunday. But with him, I think for his career, I think a loan option might be the best for him. Go out Italy, Roma, play games, get your confidence back up. Then hopefully when you come back in the summer, will keep you, and you might be up to speed and perform like he was performing last season really well until that injury, and that cost him a bit, like, on his thing. So I don't know, if he stays then I'm happy about it, but if he goes, I think it might be doing some good, to be truthful, in my opinion. But everyone will have their opinions on that one. A defensive reinforcement is priority for Man United. Names that the club view as left wing-back targets include Espanyol, I think that was at Brighton, I can't pronounce him, so Muniz from Palace, Robertson from Fulham. However, they might seem as too old, as Man United may target a centre-back and left wing-back under the age of 25. Mark Guehi is a market opportunity for all clubs. Upamecano is potentially free in the summer, and there is Demende, who everyone knows well and could be cheaper in the summer. With this one, it depends on what you do in the January as well. Like, if you bring Semenyo in, you play him there, left wing back, and if what you do is as well, what you do with Delort, Dorgu as well, and if room is a thing, you're like we be keeping that formation for the wing backs, or are you switch it to 4-3-3? If that's the case, if we don't need the wing backs, obviously we need to go out and buy some left backs and right back wingers, this, that, no. So, but if we are keeping the obviously the formation that we've got, I don't know the definite ages of Espenion. I think Muniz is 31, 32. Don't know about Robertson proper age wise and Espenion. It depends on what you do in a way, like in Jan. Obviously we will have to get a wing back at some point for left wing back, even if we don't get Semenyo. But even if we do, still need to go on and get a backup one just in case something happens with Semenyo, or if Semenyo goes further up the pitch, like in one of the number 10 roles, possibly, or Dorgu decides to perform. About the centre backs option, we definitely need in my opinion, we need a really good right centre back. And Gueye would be perfect there. Diamande for Sporting. Don't really know him much, not really seen him much, not really seen Sporting Lisbon that much. I only watched them once or twice. I watched them when they played City in the Champions League, that was last time out, when Ruben was there. And obviously they beat them. They beat City. It might be a cheaper option, and it might be the best option out of it. But I don't know. But I think we really do need a really good right centre back. Right centre back. To go along with Dillett, and I think Martinez will be our best option for the left centre back. But it depends if we could keep him fit. If not, then we really need to go out and get another good left centre back, and maybe keep doing what we're doing with Martinez, bench him, playing for the last 20 minutes. If we can't, then sell him and buy 2 new left centre backs who can challenge each other, and we've got 2 new players that can play. And obviously Yoro could be the other right centre back, or challenge the new right centre back. And then I think with Gueye, I don't know what's going on with him. Is he going to sign an extension? If not, then we need another good centre back to challenge Dillett. But don't know who we could do that with that. But yeah, they're my opinions. I just have to see what happens. Bruno Fernandes, obviously, when I speak about going and winning trophies, I stayed here because I think I still can win trophies here. I wouldn't have stayed here if the club hadn't told me our aim is still get the highest we can be, get back to winning trophies, get back to the club we were before, because if that was not the aim, then yes, I wouldn't have stayed here. But it's because I know the aim of the club, I still get back to where they want to be and where I want the club to be, and that's why I came to the club in the first place. So if I can help to get back here, that's all I want to be. The problem with that is, I get that, but the club kind of, I don't know, like, if we had the squad, we'd be, obviously it's obviously a thing, like, if we had the squad, we would be up there, I think, challenging. If Ruben got backed in the summer fully and got a midfielder, this, that, and other, then I think we would be up there in the top 4 by now. And if Bruno was playing in his right position, I think we could be challenging, and I don't, and if we think, I don't think we would have got knocked out by Grimsby in the Carabao Cup, but but him coming out saying he only stayed because of this horizon, is that not a glory hunting conference? Like, if I will only stay if we're fighting for titles and then we're winning things, but I will go if not. So basically saying he will go to a team that are. Is that not a glory hunting thing, in my opinion? But deep down, he should have gone in summer, in my opinion. Like I said in the other point, he should have gone in summer. If it's Saudi or other Bayern or whoever, he should have gone in summer. And I think it will go this summer. Because whatever happens in Jan, if we don't buy no one in Jan, after coming out saying, oh, Semenyo could be an option, or a midfielder could be an option in Jan, and then if we go throughout the January, we don't buy anyone, we won't finish in the top four, and we won't finish in the Champions League options. I think we'll finish between Conference League, maybe Conference League and Europa, and it best be Europa if it can't be Champions League, because no way Conference League is good enough. Europa's not good enough. We should be in Champions League, but what we can do and not is thingy. Right, so there's a few more bits and then thingy. Anton Semenyo expected to leave Bournemouth next month. Liverpool called to understand terms of the deal and like the player, but they haven't made official contact. Spurs, after the last few days, are not advancing. Man United and Man City are both in the race. Like I was saying before about him, like, I think wherever he goes, they could have a jam on their hands, really. If he comes towards Liverpool, City, even if Spurs picks up and buys him, or Arsenal kind of thing. I just think, I don't know. He's a good player. I will like him with us, but he's not our priority. And I'm not keep saying every time I'm thinking. Midfield is our priority. And if we could afford him with a midfield, fine, go out and get him with the midfielder. But midfielder should be our first signing in January. Then if he's still about, get him. Or if we can do two transfer business at once, get both midfielder and him at once, and then sorted, in my opinion. But obviously, we need more midfielders. I'm not saying we're sorted with that. I mean, we need to go out there and get more midfielders, but if that has to be in the summer, that's fine. But at least we got one in Jan. But still, it's not good enough because Bruno still will playing in midfield and not in natural position. So it's like, it's one of them. Amarim on academy comments. I think they're feeling a little bit of excitement we have in our club. Sometimes strong words are not bad, whereas difficult moments are not bad for the kids. We don't always need to be a castle for every situation. You guys talk about who speaks against clubs because you feel entitled, that you have legends. So if you don't play, leave because everyone is wrong. No, stay and fight. And I have the feeling we need to fight against these feelings. But the problem is, he's picking academies to be on his bench, but then he doesn't use them. Like, the Wolves game, we had Shea Lacey. Obviously, we had Shea Lacey on the bench for, what, a month or so, or a few weeks. He's not used him once. We was 4-1 up against Wolves. We could have used him then for the last 10 minutes or so, but then he chose not to. And no wonder, like, us legends are kind of getting on his back because he's picking them on his bench. Like on Monday, he had Fredrickson on his bench because Maswari weren't available, but then didn't use him. Yeah, we used Irving, obviously that's the academy, but or whichever. But still, he's not really using the academy players. Like, like our club's built on using academy, like Beckham, Nicky Butt, Paul Scholes, Giggs. Was Neville the one? Yeah, was Fletcher or something like. Yeah, like our club's built on using academies, that kind of thing. But he's really not doing it, kind of thing. Is that everything? Is that everything? Yep, that's everything for today's transfers, latest, and a little bit of extra. Yeah, I think in my opinion, like in general, I think there's got to be 2 out and 2 in, and I reckon Xerxes and Manu be the 2 players to go out, and we will get. I'm hoping 2 midfielders. I'm hoping for 2 midfielders in January. Like I said, as much as Svenny would be good, an exciting player and a good attacking threat for us, and maybe a good thingy for AFCON if AFCON's still around. I don't know how long AFCON is. I don't really watch it and follow it, kind of thing. So would be a good thing. I think we need to sort that midfield out. We really do, and that should be January, and then we can move forward then as a club, hopefully in summer, and then we could get the right deals in the summer. But I think, in my opinion, I think we won't sort the midfield out. I think we sign one and maybe get Semenyo or a Semenyo type of player. Or we might get a left wing back and it might not be Semenyo, but we just have to see what happens. Fingers crossed it's something good and we could get behind and be excited about and this, that and other. And yeah, that's what I've got time for. If you've enjoyed this, smash a like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, then you know when I'm uploading or going live. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio.